So how's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I have a 2019 Honda Passport that is here for a full detail and a ceramic coating. What I mean by full detail is outside ceramic coating. The inside is really clean, so we're going to clean the outside completely. So I start with the wheels, and the first thing that the wheels are going to get is iron remover, because the wheels are going to get coated as well. So we're going to do our best to clean them as best as possible. So let's start. So these wheels are pretty grungy, and I want to spray them as much as possible with the iron remover, so all that purpling will happen that is breaking down all the iron particles. So next I'm going to use is P&S brake buster that I have in this IK foamer. Really good tool to use, really good, awesome product. It spreads the product really well. So first thing I'm going to do is wash the wheel barrels, that is the interior, so let's do that. Here I'm using a really soft woolly. These rims are gloss black, so I want to take as much precautions as possible. And while I'm at it, I'm going to use this little tool. There's a little curved brush, so get to the back of it as well. And to wash the face, I'm using this woolly that is for the wheels that I keep only for black wheels. This way I don't scratch the wheels anymore, because sometimes the brushes can do some damage, so I try to keep it as easy as possible. So I just washed the rims so far, and give you a little background about this car. This car goes to the car wash a lot, and these rims are actually totally messed up. So I'm using Purple Power just for the arches or the wheel wells, and this helps to clean up all that plastic. And for the wheels, I'm using Super Clean. I diluted it. This is as soon as I sprayed it, you can see all the browning that is happening on the wheel. It is breaking down all the grime and all the blooming that is on the wheels. And this product is really good, Super Clean. Sometimes when you're washing a wheel, you may have to do it 2 or 3 times to make sure the wheel is absolutely clean. So guys, after rinsing the car, now I'm going to use the P&S bug off, because this car has a little bit of bug splatter in the front, so, and the side mirrors as well, so we're going to take care of that. So as I'm using this P&S bug off, I diluted this to almost 1-to-1, because I want a little bit stronger power. That is 50% of bug off and 50% water, and I will spray it off onto the car. And what I'll do is I'll come back with a foam cannon and foam down the whole car, so it'll have more dwell time on it, and this way it just melts down any bug guts that are sitting on the paint. So after I foam down the car, now is the time I'm going to be using contact wash right now. So when I'm doing contact wash, I try to go in straight lines, so that way I reduce any chances of putting any swirl marks. Always go from top to bottom, and when I come to the bottom part of the car, I don't go back up. Why? Because the lower portion of the vehicle is always the most dirtiest, and when you try to go back up, you might take all that dirt back up. So while washing, I use 2-bucket method, and this method reduces any chance of putting swirl marks. So now is the stage that I'm going to do iron remover. I use Meguiar's iron decon. Now I see the surface. I hope you guys can hear that. The surface is a little rough. So what I'm going to do is spray down this iron remover let it dwell for like few minutes, and let's see what it does. Now one sign that there is a lot of iron deposit on a car is when it starts turning purple. So this is a black car, and I don't know if it will turn purple or not, so we will see. But this stage I am doing it. Usually I inspect, do I need to do it or not do it. Whenever I'm doing any kind of paint correction, I will definitely do chemical decontamination, because when I do paint correction, I want the paint to be as smooth and as clean as possible. And whenever I'm using iron remover in direct sunlight or in hot weather conditions, I do it in sections, because this chemical should not dry on the paint. If it does dry, only polishing can remove the stains, so I don't usually do this when a customer requests wash and wax. A simple mechanical decontamination with a clay mitt can do the job very well. So whenever using a clay mitt, you can go in cross hatch process. That is, you can go sideways and then you can go up and down as well. So this way you get all the areas, these curved lines and everything. So whenever you touch your paint after you're done with it, you will have that smooth paint. So now is the time that I dry the car, and for drying I have this rag company towel that I use. It is really nice towel and pretty absorbent, and with this towel you can actually dry the whole car, no problem at all. But always, one tip that I give is, whenever you're drying a car, always prime the towel. That is, get a little bit of dampness to the towel. So as you can hear, this is squeaking a little bit. That means the towel is really dry. So when you use that on the paint, actually you can scratch the paint. So this way, when you prime the towel, the fibers are already kind of loosened up a little bit, and they are more softer. But always, whenever drying in the sun, you can use a drying aid, or you can always use some sort of drying agent. And as I'm drying this car, now I really get to see what actually is the condition of this paint. And guys, all I can say, this paint is hammered. And when I say this paint is hammered, I have a lot of buffer trails going over here. I will show them pretty soon. And somebody has used a buffer, and they use a rotary, and you have all these buffer trails all over the place. Now it's time to start the paint correction process. For paint correction, the first step I always do is to prime the pad. That is to make sure the pad doesn't run dry onto the paint. I use a small polisher for very small or very hard to reach intricate areas, and when I am doing polishing, I make sure I stay away from the edges because they are the easiest places where you can burn the paint. Now this is the result of one-step paint correction, and the difference is amazing. Whenever I do paint correction, I always start with the least aggressive method to get the best result possible, and this one step did the trick for this car. And guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel. All the links to my social media and all the product and the tools that I'm using in this detail are listed in the description down below. And guys, if you live in Fort Worth, Texas and you are looking for ceramic coating your car, contact me. My promise is to give you quality work and awesome results. Links to my website and all the social media are in the description. You can reach out to me anytime, anywhere. The wheels were hammered in this car, and during the drop-off the customer stated they wanted to change the wheels because these wheels were very dull and full of scratches. The customer takes this car to the car wash regularly, and those brushes are very harsh on gloss black wheels. So I told them, give me a chance, I want to buff it off and see if I can restore them. And guys, the results were awesome. And during the pickup the customer said, you know what, we are not going to change the wheels because the wheels came out amazing. Before applying the ceramic coating, the customer requested if I could do some touch-up paint, and I did that process. And after that I did an IPA wipe down, which is very important. This step will remove all the remaining polishing oils that are from the polishing compound, and the coating must bond with the clear coat. That is why we do the IPA wipe down. If this step is skipped, then the coating will not perform as it should and the bonding may not happen really well. And whenever I do this step, I always use a fresh microfiber towel that is brand new, because I don't want to put any more scratches onto the fresh corrected paint. So when I apply the ceramic coating, I use fresh microfiber applicator pads, and when I apply the coating
Onto the paint, I go in cross-hatch process to make sure the applicated area is completely covered. The ceramic coating that I'm using here is Adams graphene coating, which is a multi-surface coating, and this coating gives 5+ years of protection. The bottle claims to have 7 years, but I am more realistic with my customers and I tell them let's see if the coating lasts for 5 years. After the application onto the paint, I let it sit for 30 seconds and see when the coating is flashing some rainbow looking color, and at that point the coating is ready to be buffed off and leveled. After that, I make sure that I have done the coating absolutely well and all the high spots are removed. And guys, after the coating is completed, the last step of this detail is to apply tire shine and to make sure that the car looks perfect. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do watch the end results. They are amazing. And just like always guys, I will see you in the next video.